Whose forest is this? That's what I thought. I'm glad to see everybody knows whose forest this is. We are being lied to.
Continue.
Can't hear.
Let them know that we are being lied to. Okay? We need to make sure the feds know that they will no longer dupe us, and that we are going to take this forest back.
Yeah.
They do not have jurisdiction. This is state and county property. That's where we're at. So we need to act. I wasn't expecting to speak, so bear with me. We need to act instead of reactively. We need to start being more on top of it. Proactive. Yes, exactly. And we need to take, like I said, take the forest back. And instead of Forest Service being in control of all this, we need to use the Forest Service to assist us in what we do in this forest.
Yes.
This whole community up here is, I want you all to think about something. You know, I fought the school bond, and a lot of people were upset with me on account of that. At one time, when there was logging up here, Sierra Unified School District was second only to Beverly Hills in finance.
I remember that. That's right.
So this is the type of thing we need to realize. Where's the money come from? The money comes from industry, it comes from logging. We're in the middle of a drought right now, okay? If we properly manage this forest, right now we have 400 to 600 trees per acre. If we properly manage this forest to 80 to 100 trees per acre, we would release 1.3 million acre feet of water. That would fill Millerton Lake 3 times, or the Temperance Flat Dam, if they would just build the damn thing. This is what we need. We wouldn't have a water shortage. We'd have higher water tables down in the valley.
Brilliant.
This is the first one. This is the... have another beer. We need to go ahead and continue what we're doing. This is a great start. I know all of us that were on the committee that sat down, and that was the neat thing. Nobody was put in charge. We didn't even make a name for ourselves. We just sat down like a big think tank, and we thought about things, and we talked about it, and we put out a plan of action, and everybody kind of agreed and had a consensus on it. And this is the result of that. So if you don't think individual action coming together and working won't work, it does work. And so this is what we want to thank everybody for coming out here, at least I do. And we want you all to continue on this. There will be other events, other actions. I know the miners have an idea for an action, so we're going to go from there. Thank you everybody for coming.
Okay, I just want to kind of sum up what we've talked about. There's the frogs and toads came out at the end of last month, and they've designated it as endangered or threatened. The Forest Department, the Forest Service, U.S. Forest Service, has an obligation to enforce whatever their regulations are. Now, on June 16th, they're going to come up, they're having a public hearing, and I know everybody's going to say, didn't we just do that? And they ignored 40,000 people? Okay, this time the decision maker is going to be the man who lives in Bass Lake, who's lived in Bass Lake. His family's lived there for 40 years. So the person that's going to make the decision has got to do it according to the evidence that's presented to him. This is the one time that we really need everybody to show up. It's going to be at the Holiday Inn. It's going to be at the Holiday Inn at 6 o'clock on June 16th.
5 to 8.
From 5 to 8. I'm sorry, I got it wrong again. I always do that. Anyway.
Which one?
at the Holiday Inn in Fresno at the airport. Okay, on June 16th at 5 till 8 o'clock. Now, what this is going to be, the airport Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn by the airport?
Yes. Now, we need as many people there as possible. If everyone here shows up, you have to understand the way politicians work. If you kill one Delta smelt, they count that as 1,000, okay? They say, well, we counted 250 smelt killed last year. That must mean that there were 25,000 killed. That doesn't make any sense to me. But if we fill that room with people that want to talk about opening our forest and managing it correctly, and not allow the neo-environmentalists that claim that they're the only ones that give a damn about our forest to stand up and speak, we're going to lose everything, guys. Absolutely everything. Because for 10 years, this plan that they're putting together will dictate to anybody who comes, anybody in federal law enforcement, forestry, fish and game, it dictates what they have to do. Okay? Now, the next thing is this Dean Gould, who's the supervisor for the Sierra National Forest, okay? He has agreed to consider and wants us to put together a group of people that will partner with the Forest Service to go and mark trees. They're going to train us. They're going to train us in safety and in marking trees. They're going to come behind us and cut down trees. They're going to start the forestry. They're going to restart logging in our forest. Yeah. If we step up and put together a group of people that will volunteer to go up and do it. Well, we may start volunteering, but I think there's enough grants, there's enough places that we can get people paid. That's something we've been talking about. But the thing is, the forestry, part of what's going on is the forestry cannot manage our forests.
Yes.
Okay? They can't do it. They don't have a budget. People in Washington, this administration has cut their budgets, so what happens is the rimfire takes better than 80% of their total budget. So what can they do with the other 20%? Next to nothing to help us. All right? So if we can get together, there's a lot of people getting out of school for the summer. There's a lot of people that need some work. They're going to train us. They're going to get us up there. Retired people, people that have time, people that want to do this. This is our opening to make a difference. Okay? So if you go on our website, which is California Land Advocates, where's...
Hi guys, I'm Amanda Antino. My dad is Steve Sherry, and he owns Lakeshore Resort up there in Huntington Lake. He pays the Forest Service fees every year to maintain his business up there. And then in our study, we found out that this is California land. But besides that, I was reading the Declaration of Independence, and this struck me as amazing. He has erected a multitude of new officers and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out our substance. We don't get to log up here. We barely have hydropower left, and our kids have no work up here, and they're all leaving, and it's wrong. So we want to harvest our resources. So go to defendruleamerica.com and also go to Facebook and go to California Land Advocates, and we'll just keep up the fight. The Board of Supervisors can stop this, the Sheriff can stop it. Thanks for your time.
I want to thank each and every one of you people that are out here right now. I am a member from We Are Change Fresno. We're a political activist group just trying to get the knowledge of Agenda 21 and the information you guys just heard right now out to the people. Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Paine, Thomas Jefferson, these men had a lot to say. And one quote that I'd love to tell you guys from Thomas Paine is, it is the duty of the patriot to protect his country from his government. And I see a lot of bunch of patriots out here right now, and God bless that you guys are finally fed up with what's going on in Washington. See, this country wasn't founded for the federal government. The federal government was there let me compose myself. Let me break it down. See, the United States Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, it is not for the American government, it's for the rights of the people, which they inherited by God. But if the people, by generation, isn't getting the knowledge to understand our republic, and we're being convinced that we live in a democracy, well, how much trouble are we in as Americans? So I would ask you, people today, do not still give up. The fight has just begun, and our forefathers before us, they took the blood, sweat, and tears. They put everything in the line, because if you don't do that today, all you're going to do as an American is pass that responsibility onto your children and your grandchildren. And I don't think you want to do that. Your life is not over, and you got a bunch of fight left inside you. Do not give up. Do not stop. The fight has barely begun. It is in your back door. So God